Good afternoon and welcome. This is Sunshine Report on Osrc Television. My name is Oyewumi Ayinigbara. Stakeholders in the education sector have called on government to work towards improving the working conditions of teachers across the country in order to make the job easier and more attractive. Commemorating this year's World Teachers' Day, they underscored the need for collective effort to transform the global education landscape with focus on professionalism. Joy Pius that completes the story.
Children today are the leaders of tomorrow, and teachers play a crucial role in preparing them for the future.
And agriculture started in the ancient times. Do you understand? Yes. In the days of our forefathers.
They provide the essential knowledge and skills that students need to succeed and make informed decisions in life. Teachers transform society by fostering critical thinking, creativity, and emotional intelligence, acting as agents of change who inspire new ideas and challenge social norms. Celebrating teachers is important because it boosts their morale, recognizes their dedication, and encourages them to continue nurturing future generations. Their work is vital in shaping a better society and empowering tomorrow's leaders.
I like modeling the life of students. I have the passion for the teaching job. I like training students. Now, I like seeing them in the future and becoming someone great. I mean, growing people, I've been developing people, I've been imparting knowledge to students. So I know before I became this, I someone imparted something good into.
As the world marks Teachers' Day, educators and stakeholders are calling for a renewed emphasis on professionalism and increased government support at all levels to transform the education sector.
It's not all about calling on government to do this, do that, but it's also for ourselves too to actually examine ourselves to which area are we lacking. If you look at the theme of the celebration now, casting teachers for collaborative effort, that one simply now means that gone are the days where teachers are just seen as one man in the classroom dishing out lessons to students within the four walls of the classroom. But now, teaching has actually gone beyond that. We should be able to collaborate with ourselves as teachers, do teamwork. We should be able to collaborate with the society, collaborate with the learners themselves. No man is a repertoire of knowledge. Then finally, we should be able to collaborate with parents and policy makers. So all these put together are the essence of why we celebrate such days.
Education is a vital driver of national development as it equips individuals with the knowledge and skills provided to improve their quality of life. Teachers play a pivotal role by providing this education, making it essential to address the challenges they face and improve their working conditions globally. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
The importance of healthy living and self-care among the elderly, even from a young age, has taken center stage as the world marked the 2025 United Nations International Day of Older Persons. In Akure, Ondo State Capital, National Senior Citizens Center (NSCC) joined the global observance with a call for better health care, inclusion, and respect for older persons. Our correspondent Abidemi Akinrutui reports.
Across the world, the International Day of Older Persons, observed every October 5, serves as a reminder that aging is not a burden, but a blessing, and that societies must create spaces where older people can live healthy, dignified, and active lives. This year's theme, Older Persons Driving Local and Global Action, Our Aspiration, Our Well-being, and Our Rights, highlights the crucial roles of the elderly in shaping stronger and inclusive communities. Delivering a lecture, Olaniyi Johnson urged citizens to cultivate healthy habits early in life, stressing that prevention is key to longevity and quality living in old age. Chairman of the occasion, Demola Ijabi, emphasized the need to always remember and support the elderly, noting that they remain an integral part of society whose wisdom continues to guide the younger generation. Co-chairman of the event, Mr. Adeayeni, reaffirmed the NSCC's commitment to promoting the rights, health, and inclusion of senior citizens across the state. Participants also used the occasion to advocate greater government attention to elderly-friendly policies, improved healthcare access, and social protection measures that uphold their dignity and rights. A major highlight was the presentation of Lifetime Achievement Awards to two outstanding elders. They are Mr. Abiodun Omorishemi, aged 91, and Mr. Dele Omole, 98, for their inspiring contributions to community development and nation building. The event also featured cultural performances, a rendition, and a collective dance session that drew smiles and laughter from the elderly participants. By emphasizing wellness and inclusion, the 2025 International Day of Older Persons reminded everyone that aging well begins with choices made early, and that every generation has a duty to make life better for the older ones. Abidemi Akinrotoye, Osrc News.
Population growth has spiked housing deficits across Nigeria, leaving low-income earners the option of rent, even as inflation has driven prices high. Inaccurate rent has now become an issue, as agents allegedly overcharge for apartments irrespective of the property grade. In this report, Joy Pius spotlights the state of housing in the state, the pains of rent inflation, and its effect on the cost of living.
Nigeria, with a population in excess of 200 million and a 2.5% annual growth rate, faces severe housing crisis. According to the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dangiwa, the country grapples with both inadequate housing supply and substandard living conditions. A PwC survey reveals that 75% of Nigeria's 42 million housing units, approximately 31.6 million, are substandard, failing to meet UN and WHO standards for habitability, safety, sanitation, and accessibility. To address the housing deficit, the minister estimates that Nigeria must build 550,000 housing units annually for the next decade. In Akure, the state capital, a booming population and soaring inflation in building material costs have deepened the housing crisis, significantly impacting residents.
If you go to government-owned estates and they are telling you that rent is 2 million naira, how many civil servants can afford that? I'm talking about salary earners now. Maybe there are people that make some other money where maybe those people are comfortable with it, but we are not. Let government come in and put up realistic measures in place, all right, to address the issue of housing.
For millions of Nigerians unable to afford their own homes, rent is the only option. However, securing an apartment in Nigeria's major cities, including Akure, has become a financial ordeal. Rent increases, driven by inflation, stagnant wages, and a housing shortfall, are compounded by unregulated and quack real estate agents imposing exorbitant fees on top of rent. Securing affordable housing in Ondo State a civil service setting remains a challenge due to inflation and exploitative practices by middlemen in the housing markets. These trends burden tenants, exacerbate economic inequality, and fuel housing insecurity.
Presently, I think renting a house in Akure can cut throat now. Especially the agents, I don't want to call them caretakers, the agents, they are making things very difficult, because I know of some landlords who will cut their house certain amounts and the agent will almost triple it. Some of them, 10 agents could be on a building. They will tell you, I'm taking you to this place, something that is not even necessary. They collect money from you and you never see your money again.
But what surprises me was the house is 450,000 per rent, is 3-bedroom flats. Why the agent feel and the other agreement, I don't know, is 150,000 different money again. I was like, am I paying to double rentage? But well, I just need to agree to my fees. Then I made a payment of that month or that rent that day, or the 600,000 that very day.
While agents often bear the blame, landlords are equally complicit.
The landlord should be able to know this house, this is the amount I want to take it out. They should be able to have a rapport with the tenant. The agent, I'm renting out my building for 200,000. From this 200,000, I'm giving you 20,000. Then don't expect any additional payment from the tenant. It is a good thing for a tenant to live in a particular apartment. At the end of the day, maybe within a short of 10 years, they should be able to have their own building too. Such type of tenant will be praying for the landlord also.
The issue of arbitrary rent hikes is not peculiar in Ondo State. Other states are taking action. In Enugu, the State House of Assembly recently introduced a bill to cap agency and legal fees at 10% and abolish non-refundable caution fees. Similarly, Lagos State's legislature passed a bill reducing agency fees from 10% to 5% in response to public outcry over exploitative practices. The Ondo State Commissioner, Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, Sunday Olajide, acknowledged the crisis and hinted at plans to regulate the real estate sector.
Ordinarily, if you take an apartment of 2 million, you'll be paying like 3 million. It's absurd. I mean, it has gone so high. And honestly, I will agree with the people complaining that their activities has to be these activities have to be seriously put on caution.
Despite inflation, stakeholders, including government and tenants advocacy groups, have been urged to urgently collaborate to implement solutions that ensures equitable rent pricing in Ondo State's real estate markets. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
Whenever the body loses more fluids than it takes in, it can disrupt the balance of water and salt, leading to dehydration. Now, dehydration often occurs when one does not drink enough water, sweats too much, or lose fluids through illness. Osrc's Adewumi Taiwo reports on the causes and best ways to prevent dehydration.
Dehydration occurs when the body loses more water than it takes in. It is a common condition that can affect anyone, young or old. Anytime the body lacks enough fluids, it can cause tiredness, dizziness, headache, and dry skin. In serious cases, it may lead to heat stroke, kidney problems, or even death. Lack of water can also affect digestion, blood flow, and body temperature, causing kidney stones and urinary tract infections if not properly managed. When the body is short of water, people feel weak, easily fatigued, losing focus or balance. The Deputy Chief Medical Director, State Hospital in Okearo, Akure, Dr. Taiwo Alonge, explained that water is very important for the body to function well. He advised the public to drink enough water daily to stay healthy.
Kidneys, the heart, the most If they are not stable, there will be problem and there will be disaster. So that is the reason why water itself is so important in maintaining of body balance. Very, very important. And that's why I found out that when some people are in the home, you want to rent a house now. First of all, do they have water? Do they have well? Do they have running water? Do they have light? Water is the most important that you ask for. If you don't have water, then the people will not come.
Some residents also stressed the importance of drinking water regularly, saying it helps the body stay strong and active.
It's good for the body. And doctors, the scientists do tell us that we should always drink water. That is good for our health. At least it flushes the waste in our body. So even the ladies have told me that there's what they call water therapy. That early in the morning you warm water, then you drink it before you eat anything. That is also everybody loves. So these are the things you are taking. Because nowadays majority of the things we take, they are sugary and salty and even chemicals, processed food. So but by the time you take water will help the body to flush out all this waste from the body.
I believe water is life. So taking water is very good. I can benefit a lot. I know that I benefit a lot from drinking a lot of water. If I'm having a little bit of stress, I take water to at least to make me feel better. So I believe that taking water is very, very good. I take it often, like let me say in a day, I take more than 5 liters.
Dehydration is a serious health issue that can have dangerous effects if ignored. By drinking enough water and recognizing the signs early, people can protect their health and life better. Adewumi Taiwo, Osrc News.
After 10 years at the helm of Nigeria's Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), Professor Mahmood Yakubu is nearing the end of his tenure, a decade that has defined the tone and texture of Nigeria's electoral system. As his time draws to a close, national attention is shifting towards its legacy, the Commission's journey under its leadership, and, most importantly, the kind of person who should take over the crucial task of managing Nigeria's democracy. Osrc's Blessing Obi reports.
In Nigeria's democratic structure, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, occupies a position of extraordinary importance. INEC is the cornerstone of Nigeria's democracy, empowering citizens' voices through the ballot and safeguarding the nation's electoral integrity. Appointed on November 9, 2015, Professor Mahmood Yakubu has served as INEC chairman for nearly a decade, the longest in Nigeria's history. Reappointed in 2020 for a second term, he presided over 2 general elections in 2019 and 2023, with more than 90 million registered voters participating across the country. During his tenure, Yakubu oversaw several electoral innovations. This includes the introduction of the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System, BVAS, to strengthen voter authentication, and the INEC Results Viewing Portal, IREV, designed to promote transparency and public trust by allowing access to polling unit results in real time. Other milestones include the expansion of polling units nationwide and the landmark passage of the 2022 Electoral Act, which modernized the country's electoral framework and gave legal backing to many of the reforms initiated under his watch. Yet, despite these advances, INEC's credibility has repeatedly come under scrutiny, from logistical challenges to questions over the integrity of results in some elections. Civil society groups, political parties, and ordinary Nigerians continue to demand greater transparency, accountability, and independent in the Commission's operations.
President Chairman of INEC will be retiring anywhere from now, so people will be expecting a professional, somebody who is honest, somebody who can deliver, somebody who, during the election, the election must be very free and fair. And this thing, and the issue of monetization in election, we want Chairman of INEC that will come and checkmate it. We don't give money and say go and vote. Let people vote on their conscience. Let people who are coming to serve, let us vote on that person so that the country will move forward.
Before the appointment, I think there should be constitutional review. There should be constitutional review about the appointment of the INEC chairman. That's first. And then number two, the INEC should prove to us the credibility of their institution.
I hope INEC should do better. I know if INEC should do better when on the election, most of what is happening here is election. It's not election, it's selection. But we expect a normal election to happen in Nigeria. So that here there is IRF to work. We should allow IRF to work.
Public voices calling for reforms, restoration of trust in INEC. As Professor Yakubu's tenure winds down, many Nigerians insist that the appointment of a successor must not be treated as routine bureaucracy, but as a decision that will make or mar Nigerians' democratic progress. Calls for a credible, non-partisan, and courageous leader to steer INEC. The nation now stands at a critical point where the next INEC chairman must rebuild public confidence, strengthen institutional integrity, and ensure that every vote truly counts. As the curtain falls on Professor Mahmood Yakubu's era, Nigerians are watching, hoping that the next chapter of INEC's story will bring elections that are not only free and fair, but genuinely reflect the will of the people. Blessing Obi, Osrc News.
The Ondo State Radio Vision Cooperation Osrc has underscored a mutual interest in fostering synergy to promote cultural heritage and tourism initiatives within the state. The assurance was given by Director General of Osrc, Kenneth Odushola Stevenson, when officials from the Ministry of Culture and Tourism paid a council visit to the Media House. Osrc's Abidemi Akerutoi has details.
Management and staff of the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, led by the Ondo State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Adesonji Afolabi, visited the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation, OSRC, to strengthen ties and explore opportunities for collaboration. According to Afolabi, the purpose of the visit was to explore opportunities for collaboration between the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation, OSRC, and the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, with a specific focus on advancing cultural activities aligned with Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa's Our East agenda.
Primarily because the Canada and the Arabic, these are the two major tourist, the international tourist resource centers. So we are trying to reach out to you on the government's intent to commercialize it. With your kind assistance and collaboration, it's very easy for the people to hear, to see us through the television and to hear through the video our activities.
The commissioner spotlighted notable achievements of their ministry, alongside stressing that addressing infrastructural challenges facing tourist centers would add value to tourism profile of Ondo State.
I will try to highlight to you some of our cardinal programs that we have. One of them is this Marine Festival that has been abandoned for many years. It's now back. So the governor approved Marine Festival, and today is the only traditional festival we have in Ondo State. So it will hold between 27 to 30 December this year. So another one, the Sunshine Festival. This is the first of the scale in Ondo State. That one will take me 10th and 14th of December.
The OSRC Director General, Mr. Kenneth Odushola Stevenson, said the state-owned media organizations are committed to supporting them in propagating their activities.
Local has been very supportive because we believe in our cause, we believe we can do it, and we are trying our very best to make sure we deliver quality content and information to the people of Ondo State. I must thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner, because I know you represented Ondo State well.
Mr. Odushola Stevenson lauded the initiative put forth by the Ministry of Tourism and Culture. This, he says, will aid positive strides towards mutual growth and enhance outcomes for Ondo State cultural and tourism sectors. The visit concluded in a shared pledge between the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation, OSRC, and the Ministry of Culture and Tourism to collaborate closely with a focused intent on propelling the development and success of the 5 festivals already slated to take place in Ondo State. This united commitment underscored a concerted effort to drive cultural growth and showcase the state's rich heritage. Abidemi Akinrotoye, OSRC News.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has expressed condolences over the passing of Mrs. Florence Onyeso, wife of veteran broadcaster and elder statesman Sonia Onyeso, describing her a shining example of faith, hope, and resilience, whose life was a testament to the power of devotion, compassion, and service to humanity. In a condolence message to the family, the governor said he received the news of her passing with profound sadness, yet he remains inspired by her remarkable life and legacy. He noted that her passing marks the end of an extraordinary chapter in the life of a woman who stood as a rock of support to her husband throughout his illustrious journey of service to Ondo State and Nigeria. Aiyedatiwa said losing a lifelong companion at this stage of life is a deeply painful experience, believing that the grace of God will continue to comfort and grant our husband strength in the cherished memories they both built over the years. The governor prayed for the repose of the soul of Mrs. Onyeso and for divine fortitude for the entire family to bear the loss. And that concludes Sunshine Reports. Thank you very much for watching. Good afternoon.